Chapter 3, Girl Meets Boy. You could feel the intense anger all over the Lions U campus back in the fall of 1968. After all, it was obvious to the students the U.S. government had sold them out, sending them off to fight and die in their illegal, immoral war. The talk of a sit-in went on for weeks before that all-day concert on October 31st. On this night, according to the Cross County Sentinel, 2,000 people holed up in the Student Union building and refused to leave. Cathy Solomone and Candace Shoup, two of the Allegheny dorm's finest, showed up around 9:45. Drool was scheduled to go on at 10, but Candy's boyfriend Roger Haynes, the band's 41-year-old lead singer and bass player, told them folk singer Phil Oakes might be arriving any minute. A guy from Chicago named Billy grabbed the microphone to loud applause at 9:55 and read a message from Abby Hoffman exhorting the crowd to seize the freedom the Founding Fathers fought so hard to give them so many years ago. Billy snatched an electric guitar. "Are you ready, people, to break free from this capitalist oppression?" he hollered. To a resounding chorus of cheers, he began to jump about. "Just wrote me a new song, sisters and brothers. Yeah, while I was jamming with Brother Phil Oakes and Miss Judy Collins way down in D.C., right before them freaking pigs had one of their stupid little snits." He began to sing about justice, truth, and the violent overthrow of the military-industrial complex. He screamed, "If you don't stand for something, y'all, you'll fall for anything. And if you can't find something worth dying for, dude, your life ain't even worth living. And that is the God's honest truth." Offstage, Drool stared holes at Billy as he laid bare strategic initiatives from the Brain Trust, guaranteed to overthrow this immoral government that so rejoiced in human carnage. The crowd was shouting, "Right on! Power to the people! Go, man, go! Revolution! Freedom!" and things like that. Signs and banners were waving everywhere as representatives of YAF, Young Americans for Freedom, SDS, Students for a Democratic Society, and the Black Panther Party passed out leaflets and fished for young souls. The frenetic horde disdained the 11 o'clock announcement that the building was closing. Unprepared, all the SUB employees left. 2 campus cops locked all the doors and manned a single exit until midnight for any who desired to leave. Cathy and Candy had all but given up on seeing Drool. Roger, dressed as Uncle Sam, scowled and shook his head, flanked by Dracula on guitar, Einstein on keyboards, and the Grim Reaper on drums. Midnight passed, and the 2 sophomore roommates flopped down in a couple of easy chairs just outside the auditorium. At 4 a.m., Cathy nudges Candy. They scurry upstairs, where a man in army fatigues, guitar in hand, is singing "I'm Looking Through You" for about 50 people, most of them seated on the floor in the music room. "He sounds really good," Cathy whispers. They inch closer and closer until Roger, reeking of booze and tobacco, grabs Candy from behind. The musician sings "Girl," another of Cathy's favorite Beatle tunes. She walks toward him. Their eyes meet. It feels like the whole room is watching. She nestles about 6 feet away behind 3 couples and 2 unattached females. Near the walls, a few snooze under their coats. 2 caveman types are at each other's throat, disputing the legitimacy of Richard Nixon's candidacy. Undaunted, the intrepid musician plays on. Cathy is a tingle now. She senses that his music has taken hold of hearts before. He's rhythmic and melodic. His harmonious, peaceful vibe lifts the room. At 5 o'clock, he asks, "Requests?" Voices ring out. Cathy's hand shoots up. He looks her way. She implores her lips to move and barely squeezes. America? He smiles. Oh, yes, one of my favorites. When she hears her name sung, Cathy, I said, as we boarded a Greyhound in Pittsburgh. She longs to take him home, but she knows there are still songs to be sung. He plays each request, folk, rock, jazz, soul, calypso, like he rehearsed it. With a nod to the requester, he is still going strong at 6 a.m. when a ridiculously crabby cleaning crew tells everyone to leave at once. A man with a mop curses and whines about how spoiled and lazy today's kids are, not like when he was young. The man in the army fatigues wipes the dust off his guitar and puts it away. He walks up to the blonde with a racing heart and a mouth full of sawdust. Where are you headed, he asks. She takes a deep breath. Can you join me for breakfast? She nods. I'm Tris. Cathy. She takes his hand. Strolling with him and his instrument, she still hears music. Does it ever stop? Off campus at Pop's Deli over bagels, he looks into her eyes, chews and smiles. She smiles back. Lost in the bakery smells, she gently sips her hot chocolate. Beyond tired, she doesn't want this night to end. Cathy? She awakens from her trance. Yes, Tris. This is Frog. His red hair is like Brillo. He sports Buddy Holly glasses, and he's clad entirely in green. Well, hey there, Cathy. The hand goes out. This is indeed a thrill for me, anyway. She giggles. Would you like to join us? Why, yes, I certainly would, Cathy, even at the hips perchance, but fate hath conspired against us. Oh, booey-hooey, a most wretched poli-sci examination. Oh, dad-nab it all. Tragic beyond mere words, is it not? Why, when I gazed through yon window and sawest thou sitting there with mine esteemed compadre, well, thou surely knowest. Smiling sheepishly, he pats his chest to indicate the pitter-patter there. It is indeed tragic, Tris says. Yes, surely it is, and to think it all hearkeneth back to my untimely toilet training. On top of that sheer and utter debacle, would you believe I was breastfed from falsies? Mismatched falsies, I dare say. How cruel is that? And now, alas, I must hastily depart. But, fairest Cathy, I shall gaze upon thee later, Lord willing. She nods, and the crick don't rise. Frog blows her a kiss as Tris stands to give him a hug. Moments later, a tall, curvaceous, platinum blonde in a red miniskirt walks over. I'm heaven. He smiles. I'm Tris, and this is Cathy. She leans on the table. I heard you singing last night. You're really great. Thank you. She hands him a note. Give me a call, okay? Let me know the next time you're playing somewhere. Okay, Tris? I sure will, Heaven. So you were in the army? She says. He shakes his head slowly. My brother was. Heaven sees the pain in his eyes. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. He swallows hard. I still miss him. Heaven moves behind him and wraps an arm around his shoulders. I'm so sorry, Tris. Cathy, battling paralysis, kisses his hand and whispers, It's all right. Two women from the next table rush to Tris's side and lay their hands on him. One is bawling about her sister's boyfriend. He stepped on a landmine. And for what? I just don't get it. The restaurant manager nods contritely and lays down a basket of rolls and a coffee urn. Please, people, help yourself on the house, okay? Tris looks up and smiles. Thank you, Jerry. Everybody, I'm really sorry. Don't be sorry, Jerry says. You know you're always welcome here, my brother. Always. Okay? Cathy's still holding his hand after the others leave. He puts $1 on the table, pays at the cash register, and thanks Jerry again. Come back soon, okay, Tris? I will. Thanks again for everything. Thank you, Tris. They embrace. Jerry offers his hand to Cathy. Hope to see you again too, dear. Thank you, she says. Your bagels really are addictive. I think I'm hooked. He laughs. Come back, okay? I'll give you more. Tris opens the door for her. Along University Avenue, running on fumes, she asks him to play Catch the Wind. On the lawn, his singing thrills her heart again. Leaning against a tree, she begins to fade and crumble. He sits quietly beside her till the 9 o'clock chimes sound from the administration building. How long was I out? She asks. A few minutes. She wants to blow off her second period class, but he urges her to go. She worries as he escorts her to Allegheny Hall. Is this goodbye? Can you meet me for breakfast tomorrow? He asks as they reach the front door. You bet. She can barely conceal her ecstasy. 10? Perfect. Pops? Okay. He looks in her eyes and smiles again. It's been lovely. He takes her hand and kisses it, batting his eyelashes in a comical way. He giggles and bows. Totally charmed, she returns the giggle and eases into his gentle embrace. You sure are nice, he says. You are too, Tris. I'll see you tomorrow.